Rich Habits by Thomas Corley. All habits can be changed and cultivated, including rich habits. The habits people have in their daily lives often indicate a causal relationship with their success. Good habits are more likely to create wealth and make someone rich, while bad habits are more likely to result in poverty and hardship. In other words, if a person masters good habits, everyone has the opportunity to become a millionaire. The key is whether you are willing to seize the opportunity and make some changes. The author of this book, Thomas Corley, spent 5 years meticulously studying the daily habits of 233 millionaires and 128 poor people. Through these surveys, he discovered that the habits of the rich and the poor are vastly different. There are commonalities among the rich, just as there are among the poor. Wealth is not merely the result of luck, education, hard work, or inheritance. More importantly, it is the powerful influence of those accumulated good habits. These habits can help ordinary people achieve wealth, success, and happiness. So, what are the differences between successful people and those who remain unremarkable? As an average person with a regular income, how can we establish and change our daily habits? Let's first understand the differences between the two, and you will discover that many small differences lead to vastly different outcomes. Firstly, successful people believe that good daily habits are the cornerstone of success. Therefore, they strive to develop many good habits and actively engage in self-evaluation. They ask themselves, what are my strengths and weaknesses? Are the things I did today conducive to achieving my success goals? Which weaknesses and bad habits are hindering me? By having a clear understanding of themselves and setting daily, monthly, yearly, and long-term goals, they work to establish as many good habits as possible and eliminate bad ones. Once the goal system is established, they strictly follow it every day. This practice is one of the most important rich habits. The key reason why unsuccessful people often fail to achieve success is their inability to recognize the importance of good habits, or even if they know they should develop good habits, they are unable to truly implement them. Secondly, successful people maintain the habit of reading, focusing on enhancing their self-worth. They read industry-related magazines and technical materials every day, tirelessly absorbing knowledge and staying up to date. They do not spend their time watching TV or browsing the web aimlessly. To improve their self-worth, they dedicate at least 30 minutes to learning each day, achieving significant progress over time. This habit plays a crucial role in their career development and wealth accumulation. In contrast, unsuccessful people lack motivation in their professional fields. They do not care about industry trends, nor do they read industry journals. Instead, they prefer to spend their time watching TV or reading miscellaneous books for entertainment. Thirdly, successful people believe that having a healthy body is very important. Therefore, they pay close attention to their physical health. 76% of wealthy individuals spend at least 20 to 30 minutes on aerobic exercise, such as running, jogging, brisk walking, cycling, swimming, etc., at least 4 days a week. Running, jogging, or brisk walking doesn't cost anything and can be done by anyone. Additionally, 75% of successful people avoid eating at fast food restaurants. They know that while fast food is tasty, it is not healthy and can lead to obesity and other health issues. They are accustomed to monitoring and managing their daily food intake and combining it with exercise to create a scientific weight management plan. In contrast, unsuccessful people lack a long-term and regular health control system. They do not enjoy exercising, are often overweight, and have a greater preference for fast food, sweets, and junk food. The author conducted a survey and found that among the poor respondents, 77% never exercise, 97% consume more than 300 calories daily from junk food, 69% frequently visit fast food restaurants, at least 3 times a week, 86% do not floss daily, 69% eat candy more than twice a week, 53% sleep less than 7 hours a night, and 66% are overweight by at least 13 kilograms. Although these individuals occasionally have thoughts of dieting and exercising, they often only act on these thoughts when stimulated by external factors. They might suddenly decide to eat less or different foods and engage in intermittent exercise. However, this attention to health is usually fleeting, so whether it's dieting or impulsive exercise, it's hard for them to maintain these habits. Once the external stimulus disappears, they return to their previous lifestyle, allowing their weight to soar again. Fourthly, successful people highly value and are skilled at cultivating networks. 86% of wealthy individuals connect with people who can help them achieve their dreams and goals, in other words, like-minded individuals on the path to success. They always find various reasons to reach out proactively, such as calling, sending greeting cards, or giving gifts to convey birthday wishes or congratulations, and actively participating in significant events in the lives of others. They nurture their network of relationships with care and attention, much like a farmer tending to their crops. For them, expanding their network is a prerequisite for success. In contrast, unsuccessful people often manage their relationships with a firefighting mindset, only reaching out for help when they need something, while neglecting to invest time and effort in maintaining their network in daily life. Fifth, successful people live with moderation and never procrastinate. Living with moderation means living a balanced and harmonious life without going to extremes. Successful individuals do not experience intense emotional fluctuations, are not overly passionate about anything, are not excessively troubled by any issues, do not overeat or starve themselves, and do not squander their resources. They can control their thoughts and emotions, understanding the importance of maintaining a balanced and harmonious life. Goal-oriented, they set goals and then focus intently on completing their daily tasks without postponing what can be done today to tomorrow. Unsuccessful people, on the other hand, cannot control their lives. Their emotional swings lead to deteriorating health, broken relationships, and financial instability. If they suddenly come into a large sum of money, they might buy luxury homes and cars to show off. Mortgages and various loans deplete their wealth, and to maintain their lifestyle, many resort to refinancing their homes. Unsuccessful people also tend to procrastinate. They delay and stall, moving slowly, and always push off tasks that should be completed today, often leading to unexpected problems. Sixth, successful people face life with a positive and optimistic attitude and understand the importance of gratitude. This mindset is not accidental. They consistently give themselves positive self-suggestions and encourage themselves with affirmations every day, thereby strengthening their attitude and cultivating a positive mindset. When problems arise, successful individuals do not get discouraged. They fully utilize a wealth mindset, viewing problems and setbacks as opportunities. Unsuccessful people are often harsh on themselves, being most ruthless when criticizing themselves. They allow negative thoughts to take root in their minds, which ultimately leads to equally negative behaviors. In fact, one of the most effective techniques for changing one's mindset is positive affirmation. Learning to face life with a positive wealth mindset every day, just like successful people, is a crucial factor for success. Seventh, successful individuals have saving habits. Every payday, they always set aside 10% of their income into their savings, investment, or retirement accounts. They invest prudently, regularly review their savings, and set realistic and achievable goals for investment returns. They also make early arrangements for retirement, regularly evaluating and adjusting their retirement plans, and making every effort to achieve their retirement goals. In contrast, unsuccessful people do not manage their finances. They live paycheck to paycheck, using every cent to support their lifestyle. Not only do they fail to save, but they are also often burdened with debt. They rarely plan for the future, and many find themselves having to continue working during retirement to scrape by on a meager income. From the above, it is clear that wealthy and successful individuals differ significantly from impoverished ordinary people in many aspects of life. So, how should we change our bad habits to move toward success? Habits are the result of behaviors and thoughts being repeated over many years, a byproduct of ongoing interactions between ordinary brain cells. Habits primarily originate from our social interactions, the education we receive, the environment we are in, and the experiences we gather. Research shows that many of our habits come from our parents, who provide the most important behavioral templates and have a decisive impact on the development of childhood habits. Most habits formed during early childhood tend to stay with us for life, so the powerful influence of subtle conditioning should not be underestimated. A famous experiment conducted by University College London tracked the time it takes for 96 participants to form habits. The results indicated that forming a habit can take anywhere from 18 to 254 days, with an average of 66 days. For more complex behaviors, such as swinging a golf club, the time required to establish a habit is longer. In contrast, simpler behaviors, like brushing a child's teeth daily, take only a few days to become habitual. From the consequences of habits, a powerful habit can offset the effects of many weaker habits. For example, smoking is a bad habit whose negative impact can outweigh the positive effects of daily exercise and a nutritious diet. Bad habits can potentially shut down good genes and activate bad genes, paving the way for diseases such as cancer, diabetes, various addictive behaviors, brain damage, and heart disease. More importantly, habits can alter the genome and thus change DNA. This not only affects us but can also be passed on to our descendants, making the establishment of good habits crucial. In general, habits can be categorized into two types: 1. Ordinary habits, and 2. Core habits. Developing core habits is key to achieving significant changes in habits. In this book, the author proposes 10 core habits. 1. I will cultivate my daily wealth-building habits and adhere to them consistently. 2. I will set goals and develop habits around those goals. 3. I will spend at least 30 minutes each day reading and self-learning. 4. I will spend at least 30 minutes each day engaging in aerobic exercise. 5. I will dedicate part of my time each day to strengthening relationships with others who have a success-oriented mindset. 6. I will live with moderation each day. 7. I will complete 70% of the tasks on my to-do list each day. 8. I will approach life with a positive, enthusiastic, and optimistic attitude each day. 9. I will allocate 10% of every dollar I earn to savings. 10. I will control my thoughts and emotions every day. These 10 core habits are derived from the findings of surveys comparing successful and unsuccessful people. To develop these core habits, one must first be aware of their own actions and understand which habits are good and which are bad. Without this awareness, changing a habit can be very challenging. This process requires time, and a more reliable approach is to start with simpler habits. The author shares 6 shortcuts for changing habits. 1. Habit merging. Imagine an existing habit as a train running on tracks, but this train exists only in our minds. If you add a new habit to this train, it's like adding a new passenger. The brain won't resist aggressively because you're not trying to control the train or the tracks, you're just hitching a ride. When an old habit does not perceive a new habit as a threat, it won't initiate resistance to prevent the new habit from forming. 2. Limit social contact. Social contacts can trigger old habits. If you're working to break old bad habits, limit interactions with people who trigger those habits and increase connections with people who have the positive habits you wish to develop. 3. Change the environment. Changing your environment can make it easier to break bad habits and form new ones. A new environment can reduce the triggers associated with old habits and create new cues that support the formation of new habits. 4. Start with small habits. Starting with small habits makes it much easier to take action. To change a small habit, cultivate a new habit that is easy to form. For example, drink more water, take vitamin supplements, or listen to audiobooks during your commute. Successfully changing small habits can provide motivation and confidence, making it easier to tackle more significant and complex habits in the future. 5. Include new habits in your to-do list. In the author's research, he found that 67% of self-made millionaires create a daily to-do list. By using a to-do list, they subtly integrate success into their lives. One of their techniques is to embed some positive habits into their to-do lists. 6. Block bad habits. One trick to changing habits is to create artificial barriers between yourself and the bad habits, increasing the difficulty of performing them. For example, if you're used to spending the entire night browsing the web, you might increase the difficulty by turning off the computer, moving it to the basement, or unplugging the internet cable. Daily habits largely determine the level of success or failure in people's lives. Habits shape wealth and poverty. If you believe you are smart, you will be smart. If you believe you are useless, you will be useless. If you believe life is about enjoyment, you will enjoy life. If you believe life is a battle, you will fight. How we live depends on our beliefs. Notably, the author's research revealed that 80% of self-made millionaires achieved success after the age of 50. This shows that developing habits is not an overnight process but takes time. However, once a good habit pattern is established, people can benefit from it and move towards economic independence. Congratulations on finishing another book. Keep going.